Alright, so for the video from yesterday, I do want to apologize on one thing, and that's like jumping into many conclusions, if it seems like that. That was definitely pretty bad of me to do that. But in a way, I do want to make it fair to Cinder still, and I still do want to mark out what is going on and document how can we find the truth. Now, from yesterday, I read all the Google Docs again, and I put out some bullet points. So, from what we have right here is convert on Exhibition B. I'm going to explain later what it is exactly, but we have been able to confirm on Discord from the victim side that there is indeed slander. So there has been content created that has been slandered around in the DMs, and we could see that happening to Bao, to Shy Lily, to some other Vtubers too. And we have seen clearly a sign of manipulation, trying to make Nanolus definitely not work for somebody else except for Cinder themselves. So definitely a manipulation tactic was implemented right there. And the third thing I want to talk about is obstruction of business. Well, what happened was basically that Nanolus has been forced to not work with other VTubers, and she cancelled some models, which basically means you are obstructing the business. And there are several false claims that I want to, debunk a bit on what I've seen on the documentary. So these are the false allegations that has been debunked that Cinder blames on Lily and Bao stealing an editor. Number 5 is not super important, but it's about cheating and ladder climbing, what Cinder did in the past. And lastly, these allegations. Just keep in mind, allegations are something that is not confirmed. It is not 100% confirmed if it's true or not, because it's just not clear if the line has been drawn yet or not. So we have to wait till there is a clear evidence for those allegations. But there's also a slightly suspicion that this is not true at all. It could be either one of those, so that's why I put them under the allegations. And those allegations are Red being the boyfriend of Cinder and Red's actions accounting for Cinder's actions. I don't want to say that somebody else's actions is the exact action that Cinder also would take. So they are two completely separate persons, and we should not hold Cinder accountable for Red's actions. And number 3, the copy pasta of a VTuber, and we will dive in a little bit later. But first, let me explain what I mean with exhibitions. Alright, we have basically 4 types of perspectives in here, in my opinion. First of all, we have Exhibition A. It's what I would call the perspective of Cinder herself. So this is basically how Cinder sees the situation, and if she's gonna put out any Google Docs or whatever things to deny the claims or confirm the claims. And then we have Exhibition B, which is what I call the victim's perspective. And those are all the Google Docs that you have just read, I hope. If not, I will link them down below once again in the description. And then we can move on to Exhibition C, which is the truth. To make the truth, we have to combine A and B together. But be aware, if there is any lie in A or B, then Exhibition C is not fully the truth. But in a way, it is what we would expect to be the truth behind the story a little bit. So it could be a little bit of falsehood in there, but also we could see from the brighter spec, and we can see from both sides what is going on, what is happening, to give both of them a fair chance. And Exhibition D, which was literally me yesterday, and also this.
You turned her against me!
You have done that yourself.
Yes, Exhibition D is what I call the public perception, and that is what you and I are in this situation. And this is the deadliest of them all, because no matter what kind of truth, you could say that the public perception will shape wherever it wants, because it can say, fuck the truth, we are going to voice our own narrative into this. Because no matter what you do, if the truth is not going to make a huge impact on the public, Exhibition D will always win over the truth. A classic example for this is, well, the gacha drama king, Tectone. He has been in a lot of drama, a lot of lies, and even though the truth got out, people are still saying Tectone bad. There are still people denying that he did something good or whatever. Basically, people are denying that Tectone is a positive influence or has sometimes the correct statement. So, in a way, if you don't really expose the truth out there and make it shine brighter than the public perception, you're kind of fucked. And that's what I would like to basically prevent, because I think that everybody should have a equal chance. Of course, you'll get flamed, you'll get burned, but if you can't handle it, get out of the kitchen. And if you can't handle it, do it the right way, apologize, and get it over with. You're gonna take some damage, but at least you have to reform as a human being. Okay, so let's start with the slandering. So what we've seen is basically some Discord exposures. So let's see some screenshot right here. You can see that they are basically already talking bad about other VTubers. They do this in order to make sure that Nonetheless doesn't want to work with other people. As you can see right here, they say here they have bad blood with Bao for some reason, and with this one VTuber. And they also made some exclusivity and blacklisting, which basically says you cannot work with this VTuber, you cannot work with that VTuber, or you can work with this or this person. Sounds kind of crazy to me to treat a artist like a tool, but it is what it is, I guess. Business is business. So aside from slandering and defamating other VTubers, those also count towards the mental manipulation. Basically saying you cannot work with this person and that person means you're manipulating someone to not do this or that. Now, we are getting to the grayish side. I don't know Cinder personally. I do not know them or how they are. But as you can read from this Discord messages, I have a slight suspicion that she is emotional blackmailing Nonetheless. I have a slight feeling, I'm not gonna say it's 100% the truth, but in a victim's perspective, it is basically emotional blackmailing. Now, we have to wait for Cinder's side to know the exact truth of this, but this is basically confirmed for the victim side, okay? Keep in mind, it's the victim side and not the preparator side, because we have to know each side perspective to unfold the truth behind this. Now, I shall read where I think is going basically south and why I think that it's an emotional blackmail right here. So, Nonetheless put out a message saying that she doesn't know anything about this, she doesn't know how to deal with this exclusivity deal, and she still loves work with other clients. So this is the one sentence he says: "Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red, but I understand if things doesn't work out because of this VTuber. I just love my client, that's all." Basically, this message implies that she would still love to work with them together, but they don't want to stop also having this specific VTuber as their client. So that just means she doesn't want to be involved in this drama, but she wants to work for both of them. She just says, "Leave me out of the drama, I want to work for both of you, but just please don't bring me up." Then Cinder goes, right here, "And when you said I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore. Which hurts so much after all this time." Here's the thing. If you read this correctly, there is no way you won't understand that she means she still wants to work with you. She basically says she still wants to work with you. So what are you doing? You are guilt tripping her, you are trying to emotional blackmail her, or from Cinder's perspective, I'm going to play the devil's advocate right here because we are not 100% sure. Cinder might have insecurity, and insecurity is a huge part of this because I don't know if she really is insecure or not. There are some messages that I would like to say it could be, but I don't want to like 100% guarantee and lock it in. Here is another example of manipulation. Right here, they are telling Nanolus that her art is less worthful if she is going to work for somebody else because it creates more nano art and it becomes less valuable that way. Basically implying if she makes more, inflation will hit. That's kind of nasty to say to an artist that is pouring all her life and soul into her creations. Honestly, if this is not manipulation on the victim side, I don't know what is, because this is just basically demotivating the artist to make more beautiful art. Now let's go back to obstruction of business and write this message that Red sent to Nanolus, basically saying you cannot work with this VTuber or that VTuber and you can only work with this or that person. Here's the thing, they also kind of messaged before to say, hey, we don't want you to work with this person, can you cancel it? Here's the proof of image that Red was kind of pushing for, that you cancel the model and basically saying, hey, we don't want you to work with them, please cancel your models so they don't get the models. So here is Bao's documentary, and here she says that she was super excited for a ongoing live 2D commission, and basically in the end Nanolus did cancel it. So what is going on is basically literally obstruction of business, because you are basically trying to prevent someone to get something that will improve their business relationship, and it's super bad look. And Bao is not the only victim in this. This here is Silverveil, which she is referred to as VTuber 1 in the document. So she's one of the whitelisted people in the first document of Nanolus. And here you can see that Nanolus cancelled the model in Discord. So you can actually see that it is really stopping somebody's business, really just trying to manipulate them to stop doing something that will help others, because apparently they feel the need to be the one to hog Nanolus skills, which is, in my opinion, kind of weird, and you shouldn't do that because Nanolus is a freelancer, and freelancer does not work for a corporation. Now let's move on to the false claims that I have found. Honestly, this is supposed to be part of the manipulation, but I think this is like on a separate topic that I think that they need to be pointed out a little bit, because you can see that this is all just pure lies, because this has been proven and debunked by other people. So first of all, as you can see from here, you can see that they say that, oh, Lily is giving a bad vibes, like Lily dipping out of collabs, they were both part of this last minute. Don't know why, just talking bad stuff about Lily and saying that she doesn't like connect with the raid anymore. And here Nanolus did make a link to a specific clip where Cinder raided Lily and Lily had 1 whole minute talking to her in the raid. So it's purely false that they are claiming that Lily doesn't interact with Cinder. They are just trying to slander her again with these false claims. Oh, so here's accusation of Bao stealing an editor or hijack a video editor from Cinder. What she says here, right here, is basically they only ask Kaiser for 1 stream highlight per month. Basically after that, there is a time that they said they should take the exclusivity contract from Cinder, which means he stopped working as editor for Bao and went full-time editor for Cinder, which basically has been proven right under here, and also said there was a 5-hour call with the editors. So every other editor would be able to confirm this too. So not only can you ask the other editors, they also was one that definitely confirmed that Bao said that he should take the race. Here you have a tweet of the account manager of Bao, well, the channel manager of Bao, saying that indeed they talked and they encouraged guys to take the race and basically the exclusivity contract. Which means he doesn't work for Bao anymore, he just full-time works for Cinder. That means it is from the victim side 100% false that he is still working for Bao, or they hijacked that editor to Bao's side. Before I continue further, everything I stated as a fact is a fact from the victim's side. Just so you know, if you twist the side, it could change what it means. Because in a certain way, when we see something as the truth, it might not be the truth for somebody else. Once again, I want to say be very careful of what I label as the truth of Exhibition B, because it is the truth for the victims and not for anybody else. Now let's talk about the ladder climbing. From this Silver Veil's perspective, the Vtuber 1 has put out a document, and here she says that she got a gut feeling that she has been trying to climb the social ladder through these meetings. So for example, she took this picture and posted on Twitter without Silver Veil knowing about it, and it was kind of weird. After that, they even contacted Silver Veil to do a collab, and she politely declined. And after that, they still asked for another push by Red here. You can see that they are trying to make a collab in a form of merch or whatever, just to push them further into the audience and maybe get some attention from it. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go to the allegations. The first allegation is that Red is the boyfriend. Well, we don't have many context behind this. We do see a DM with Rain and Tashi, which is basically Cinder's previous life, and they say they cheated on the boyfriend. And in this document, Rain has referred to Red as the boyfriend, but it is only confirming that she has a boyfriend, but never have I seen on the Discord DMs as proof that Red is the boyfriend. So this is why I don't want to say that it's specifically Red. We don't know if it's Red or not from this perspective. If you have a information to say that it is definitely Red and with proof to back it up, please link it down in the comment and we shall see if that is indeed the truth. And the last allegation, the copy pasta. This is referring to the VTuber called Spite Cerberus Vtuber. Okay, I cannot pronounce the name. I'm sorry for that. But what's going on is basically they have a fake feeling that they are being copied by her. And she put out a lot of images that kind of looks like the same, as you can see through this place. Well, there is one thing I want to say about this. This is pure speculation. I don't see any DM here referring that she has been copying her. For a while, it does look suspicious, but we cannot say any more than that. Because that is suspicious, it doesn't mean directly she is going to copy paste you. Of course, it is very suspicious and we cannot do anything about this, because this is not confirmed with any concrete proof, only allegations upon allegations. So in a way, we cannot define this as a true crime that we should be talking about it further, unless we do see a post with concrete proof that she's literally trying to steal somebody's personality. And I don't think that might be the case unless she really does it out of malice. And that's why I say we should probably wait for Cinder's view on this. But I hope she doesn't wait too long, and I hope she does apologize from the wrongdoing she has done to the victims. Because in a way, even though it's only the truth for the victims, you still hurt them in a way, so it's best to apologize. Even though if it ruins your image, apologizing and reforming is the best thing to do for her right now. I hope that you enjoyed this breakdown, and I hope that you have gotten some insight on how we should approach this and how we can get closer to the truth. I want nothing the best for these people, and I really hope that they are going to be doing well. I really hope that there's no more malicious intent right here, because for God's sakes, the Vtuber community is something that I almost would refer to as the idol group. Like, there's so many backstabs, there's so many drama, like, what is going on? Just the ladder climb is already insane. Like, you can see that she does have some lifts from other people, trying to get higher by approaching somebody else. That's basically what she has been doing in this situation. And I really hope that that's not the full case right here for Cinder. And I really hope that they will be able to reform themselves. But yeah, I really hope that the drama doesn't escalate further. I hope there's not more Google document that I have to read through the midnight. Oh my god, that was horrible. But for now, I hope that y'all have the patience to wait for Cinder's answer, and I hope that you all will be able to try to unravel the truth and make your own opinions, because being your own boss is the best thing you can do right now. And don't follow the crowd, because sometimes there's just some weird opinions around, and sometimes there are people who doesn't have, well, the mental capacity to process what's going on in this situation. Good luck and hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, as I was about to end the video and start editing, I found out there's another document posted, the 7th document about the experience with Cinder. And I want to say something about this, and that is that this person has given non-consensual information. So that means that I am not allowed to share this through the internet, not allowed to share this through YouTube. It just means you can look into it, but I cannot show it. Basically, if you want to look through this document, feel free to do so, but I am not going to cover this, as this is a topic that she doesn't want to go around the internet. I'm just giving you an update that there is one, but if it's not there anymore, that means she has deleted. And she said that personally, she's probably going to delete this soon. So you either go fast right now or you don't. Good luck, have fun, and goodbye.